Imagine a land strewn with hundreds of giant stone jars, each one a sentinel to a forgotten past. What mysterious civilization could have crafted these colossal artifacts, and for what eerie purposes? Join us as we delve deep into the enigma of Laos's Plain of Jars. Welcome back to Mhistory, where we delve into the enigmatic stories of our past. Have you ever wondered about the origins of massive stone jars scattered across a mysterious plateau in Laos? Locals insist these jars were never intended for human use. What secrets do they hide? Let's embark on this journey to explore the enigmatic Plain of Jars and the mysteries it holds. Stay tuned, because this tale is as fascinating as it is mystifying. In the heart of Southeast Asia lies a landscape peppered with puzzles carved in stone. The Plain of Jars in Laos, a spectacle seldom spoken about, beckons with its secrets. But who left these monumental jars behind, and what untold stories do they guard? What is one of the strangest historical spectacles archaeologists have encountered? Numerous questions still puzzle the minds of top civilization experts. Where did these jars come from? What purpose did they serve? Were humans truly responsible for their creation? Let's dive in and uncover the mystery. What is the Plain of Jars? It is a captivating and enigmatic archaeological site located in Laos's Xieng Kowang province. The sprawling plateau is dotted with thousands of large stone jars of varying sizes and designs, creating a unique and surreal environment that has confounded scholars and visitors for decades. Discovered in the 1930s, the distinctive spread of these megalithic jars across nearly 100 sites deep in the highlands of northern Laos has drawn archaeologists and scientists worldwide. Who were the first outsiders to explore these jars? Though the Plain of Jars has long been known to locals, it wasn't until the early 20th century that Western archaeologists discovered these intriguing stone vessels. Among the first outsiders to explore the jars was French archaeologist Henri Parmentier, who noted that while most jars were empty, some contained peculiar items like clay pots, miniature weapons, bronze and glass beads, and children's teeth. Some jars even held human bone fragments. Closer examination revealed that a few jars were decorated with rudimentary human figures and faces. Stone discs found among the jars, likely used as lids, sometimes featured carvings of humans, tigers, or monkeys. One particularly massive jar has an unusual frogman carving, possibly linked to the frogman painting in Huashan, China, known for some of the oldest cave paintings. How old are these jars? Initially thought to be around 2,000 years old and products of the Iron Age, a recent 2021 study suggests these jars might be over 3,000 years old. The prehistoric materials found at the site cover a vast time span, with some artifacts dating back to 2000 BC. However, most discovered artifacts and the jars themselves date to the early Iron Age, from 500 BC to 800 AD. The Bronze and Iron Age artifacts from Dong Son in Vietnam, Sam Rong Sen in Cambodia, and the Korat Plateau in northeast Thailand are the closest archaeological parallels to the finds at the Plain of Jars. Additionally, there are similarities to sites in Da Nang and places with megalithic jars in India's North Kachar Hills. Why do locals have different interpretations? Despite perplexing many scientists, historians, and anthropologists, locals have their interpretations. The most famous site, Jar Site 1, or Thong Hai Hin, lies 8 kilometers southwest of Phon Savan and contains 334 jars, the largest believed to be King Kun Chung's Victory Cup. During the Second Indochina War, this site was strategically significant, with trenches, foxholes, anti-aircraft positions, and tank scrapes on the raised surfaces and cave tops. Bomb craters and shifted jars testify to the intense combat that occurred here. What other jar sites are there? Jar Site 2, 20 kilometers southwest of Phon Savan, has 92 jars scattered across 2 hills, and Jar Site 3, 10 kilometers south of Site 2 near Ban Xiang Di, boasts about 150 jars atop a scenic hill with stunning views of the plains and rice fields below. In total, the Plain of Jars contains at least 3,000 large stone jars, some up to 3 meters, 9.8 feet, tall. Research reveals that human remains were buried next to the jars between 700 and 1,200 years ago, indicating the site's long-term significance. What are these jars made of? Most jars are carved from sandstone, though some are made from harder granite and limestone. One of the biggest puzzles is how these massive jars, some weighing up to 10 tons, were transported from the quarries and arranged in clusters as far as 10 kilometers, 6.2 miles away. Recent studies mention this mystery, speculating whether the jars were dragged on wooden rollers or sledges. Most jars likely had lids, evidenced by their lip rims, with a few stone lids discovered. It's more probable that most lids were made of wood or rattan. What secrets do the jars reveal? The jars themselves offer little information about their origins or purposes, and the people who carved them remain largely unknown. Advanced craftsmanship beyond the Iron Age continues to astonish archaeologists. Local lore, however, provides a cultural glimpse. The jars were made by a race of giants, whose ruler wanted a place to store his rice wine for a grand feast celebrating a military victory over a wicked king. What theories do archaeologists have? Archaeologists mostly believe the jars served as funeral urns. Excavations supporting this theory found human remains, grave items, and ceramics near the stone jars. Bodies were likely stored in the jars to decompose before cremation. After the soft tissue decayed, the bodies dried up, and the ashes were either returned to the urns or buried in special locations, allowing the jars to be reused. What new discoveries have been made? In 2016, archaeologists from the Australian National University, including Dougal O'Reilly and Nicholas Skopal, reported 15 new sites with 137 additional jars over 1,500 years old. This discovery suggests the jars' distribution is more widespread than initially thought. Recent excavations also uncovered 18 human remains, with over 60% being infants or babies, indicating the jars' significance in burial practices. Could the jars be part of a trade route? Despite Xingkuang being the primary location for the jars, it's possible to trace a route connecting these clusters to northern India. Some academics propose the jars were part of a major trade route, holding monsoon rainwater for caravans during the dry season. Travelers may have left offerings or prayer beads in the jars, explaining earlier reports of jewelry and other items found within. Why is the Plain of Jars dangerous? Many questions about the Plain of Jars remain unanswered. Unfortunately, it is one of the most dangerous archaeological sites due to unexploded bombs, landmines, and other remnants from the Vietnam War, endangering the lives of the 200,000 people living in Xingkuang. While efforts are underway to clear the explosives and secure funding, only sites 1, 2, 3, and the quarry are accessible to tourists. The application to become a UNESCO World Heritage Site aims to protect and preserve this enigmatic location. The Plain of Jars, etched in stone over the hills of Laos, narrates tales of an era where these megalithic jars stood as silent witnesses to lost rituals and secrets. Although we may never fully unravel the mysteries these stone sentinels conceal, their presence continues to captivate our imagination and curiosity. Join us at Mhistory as we uncover more mysterious secrets and explore the whispers of the past that shape our world today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and embark on this extraordinary journey with us. Who knows what other incredible mysteries we will solve next?